So I'm having to wear these sunglasses because I can't see what I'm reading because of the bloody sun coming through the windows. Pissing down with rain, but it's sunny, you know what I mean? But anyway, look, a few years ago, we had a halfway house opposite, and it first opened, and right from the get-go, it was like really, really badly run. There was minimum security, minimum supervision, and all the rest of it. But over the years, it seemed like because of cuts or whatnot, there wasn't anything, you know. So as a result of that, you had 18 ex-cons living there with all kinds of problems and that. Out of control, you know. It was basically a party house, and there was at least 2 deaths, right, at the end, and there was also more than a few stabbings. You had drug deals going on across your front drive. There was burglaries and stuff like that, you know. The worst of all, or one of the worst things about it, was during this particular summer, the last summer it was there, they had parties going on from like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or gatherings really, not parties. And they went all the way through to 6 o'clock in the morning, you know, and so this was every night, every single night, and it was pretty bad. And one night it was really, really bad, and I got up the next day. I was really tired, and I was out there washing my car, out the front washing my car, and I've got this geezer lives a few doors down from me. He's a nice enough bloke, but he's a little bit Tory, you know what I mean? He comes out with some strange things every now and then, but he comes up, he goes, "Cool, all right, Barry." He goes, "That was bad last night, wasn't it?" I went, yeah, it was, you know. He goes, "Who do you think's to blame for that?" I said, "I don't know, mate. Like government cuts or whatever, you know." And he said, "Jeremy Corbyn." And I thought, well, what the fucking hell has Jeremy Corbyn got to do with it? You know what I mean? So I asked him, and he come out with a load of things like woke and all that nonsense, and yeah, so fair enough, mate, whatever, you know. And I wrote a poem about it, and I've called it All Because of Corbyn. A&E departments, GP surgeries, health and daycare centres, public libraries, pensioner and youth clubs, childcare centres too. They're all disappearing, replaced with nothing new. And all because of Corbyn. He's the one to blame for the callous cancellation of every sickness claim. If you're suffering an illness, he'll make you feel it more. He's the bane of the disabled, a killer of the poor. Back in 1912 as the Titanic sank, Captain Edward John Smith knew just who to thank for the shortfall of the lifeboats, the passengers in distress and the failure of rescue ships to heed the SOS. Jeremy bloody Corbyn. He schemed and exploited, and the ship hit the iceberg that could have been avoided. It was Corbyn who insisted on the need for speed. He's the scourge of the workers, the epitome of greed. Chernobyl, 1986. A cloud of radiation dispersed into the air, causing widespread devastation. What caused the overheating, the meltdown of the core, and the consequent explosion at reactor number 4? Fucking Jeremy Corbyn. His incompetence made it foul. You can search for it on Google or read it in the Mail. Corbyn was responsible for messing up the test. He's a liability, an enemy of the West. The Rosetta Stone was made nigh 200 years BC, and on it is a warning, a frightful prophecy, hieroglyphics telling of the coming of a man, a demon in disguise with a devastating plan. Beware of Jeremy Corbyn, the ancient writing said, with his white shirt, hair and beard and tie of deepest red. He'll bring the world to ruin and make you lose your mind. He's the future king of ISIS, the nemesis of mankind. And so, it's come to pass. Barely 50 years from now, the protective ozone layer will be bereft of power. Scientists say we're poisoning the planet's atmosphere. But should it be pollution from fossil fuels we fear? No! It's Jeremy Corbyn. It's all down to him. Out there on his allotment, he's growing something grim. Don't listen to the experts. They haven't got a clue. Corbyn's homemade jams will be the death of me and you. There's no limitation. The list goes on and on. His ruthlessness is boundless. He's an evil mafia don. He's the end of freedom. He's every child's nightmare. He's the wickedest of the wicked. He's a man who doesn't care. That nasty Jeremy Corbyn. He'll bring you to your knees. knees with his call for lesser working hours, free prescription fees, well-funded public services, equality of pay. There'll be untold misery if Corbyn gets his way.